Hi friends, welcome back. I am Wicked Crafty Mom, April, and today this is just pretty. I like this. I made this. Oops, you don't need my notes. This is a journaling card that I made. A piece of my snippet roll. But this is what we're going to work on today. We're making pocket pages and pockets. So we're going to make this kind. And we're using collage papers for all of these. This is collage papers that I've had for a while. This is some of my newer ones. So I'm mixing the two. So I started out looking at neutrals and colored ones. So I've got the neutrals and I've got the ones with a variety of colors. So, and I've got this little card in here that I made as well from collaging. So there's that. So this can go right on a page, or it can get tucked in, or it can be used as a wallet. Okay, this is a very simple one also. And we'll go over this one as well. It's got some stitching around the edge. Technically you could do it without the stitching and just glue it. That would be easy too. I just like the way the stitching looks. So, speaking of stitching, I already stitched this version of the next one. And I only broke my needle one time. That was what I just threw away. But this is the prototype I made. And I love this so much. I just love this so much. So I've got flower here that I like. This is paper that I made and stamped on. This clip art that I found online. Music. These bottles are so cute. And I got them at the Dollar Tree. They're bottle stickers, and I use them to focus on these words. And so I love everything about this particular pocket. Okay, so punched holes with this partway through, partway in, and I've inked around the edges. This one I inked in black, obviously. This one is a little bit bigger because I used a collage page that I grabbed. For this one I used collage paper, but it's collage paper that I had scanned or photocopied and printed out. So it's flat. It's just, but it's still collagey looking. And so I just glued some papers in here, just, below where you would see it. And I inked and I stitched, and I broke my needle one time, and the tip of the needle was right here, and now it's not. Okay, so we are caught up. I had done another video, and then I sat on my mic cord and flipped the camera, and it was a mess, and I couldn't deal with it. So what I've grabbed here is a picture from a book, and just inking around it. I did a lot of fussy cutting recently, so that I would have stuff ready, because I am much more inclined to use things if they are ready for me to use, as opposed to needing to, I want to use that, but I got to cut it out first. Which explains why yesterday I made 80 pockets from book pages. I just went through and made various size pockets, and they're just ready to be made into pockets, in use. So what I went through and made a bunch of pockets, sewed them all in little, I sewed them all. They're ready to go. I've got big ones. I've got little ones. They are buried under my stuff now, unfortunately. Okay. So, what I've kind of been doing with these pockets, and with the cardstock in general, I guess I would say. Once again, I've got a space this big, and like I cleaned my table. But okay. So this I'm gonna cut smaller, but I like this really colorful part right here, so I'm gonna cut this out and I'm gonna put it behind everything. And this is just me using my collage page and ink around it, because I ink around everything. So this is going to make it thicker too, because this is several pages of paper as well. But what I'm trying to do is set these apart from the background. And I think that does it. Okay. Now that I've seen it all, now that I can see clearly, make sure I just like enough ink on here. Okay. My chair is so bad squeaky. I'm sorry. It's wicked squeaky to you. I gotta put some WD-40 on it. True story. I, many moons ago, worked for LL Bean because I live in Maine, thus my wicked crafty. And I worked at LL Bean because I feel like at some point in their lives, pretty much everybody works for LL Bean in some capacity. But so I worked in like the order department. Like I would take customer orders from all across the country, whatever. Super exciting, riveting stuff. Anyway, so I worked for LL Bean. Where was I going with that? Oh, and people used to tell me, like, this happened on the phones where I worked elsewhere too, but people would be like, "Where are you from?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I'm from Maine," and they'd be like, "You don't sound like you're from Maine." And I'm like, "Well, I can sound like I'm from Maine, but I also, like, my parents are school teachers, and we put our R's in the right places, even though both my parents were born and raised in Maine." Okay, well, my mother wasn't born in Maine, but they came back soon after. Okay, so it's very clangy and bangy in the kitchen. I'm sorry if you can hear it. I did tell him I was filming a video, but I don't know if... I mean, I've told him several times I was filming a video today, and they've gotten scrapped, so... Alright. He's also got headphones in, so I don't think he can hear how loud his banging and clanging is. So, boys are at school, and it's mostly quiet here. Alright, so I've got my front cover done using my collage page and then some decorations. The inside here, and I could put cards in here. I'm not going to make cards for them right now. Actually, you know what? I lied. Totally lied. I'm going to make cards for them right now, and here's why. I want to use this paper. I want to use the stuff that I used on the front to make the tags or cards. Okay, and they're blank on the back, so like they will be good journaling cards. And I can just tuck them in. They don't need to be super tall. I can tuck them in. And then I can put something, a pull tab like I did on these. So that's a second pocket done. Or, well, I mean a first one on this video, but a second one like this. Okay, so that's done. You can decorate the back too if you want, especially if you're not going to have it, you know, attached into your book. Okay, so this one, I've got my papers here. I'm going to use this one. I like this one. I've got my papers here ready to... I labeled everything out. I got it all set up. Okay, so this one, I am just going to cut how big I want it. This one, that's how big I wanted it. Let's see, this looks like a good width. I like this. Okay. And so now I am going to fold it the way I want it. So I'm making sure that my cover comes down to where I want it to on the front. And then I've got it on the back here too. So I'm making sure that that when it's folded down that it was going to be the size that I wanted. God, I can't speak words today. It's like, it's one of those days where I just feel like I'm in my own way. Okay. I know I'm being persnickety and I'm sorry about that, but I guess I am. Okay, so now I need paper for inside here. And I don't need it for, oh, boogers. All right, hold on. I'm just gonna whack a chunk off here. My wording was, I apologize. Okay, so there. Okay. I'm being persnickety again. I'm sorry. All right. Nope. You know what? I'm going to go for the 1/2 inch on my crocodile corner chomper. Okay. Popping the corners right off. So I looked. And I think I'm going, I grabbed this. I don't want that one. I'm gonna grab this. I looked and this is good. And I'm just gonna glue this down. I don't need it to go all the way because this is not going to reach all the way. So let's see. So it doesn't need to come down to the bottom. Actually, it doesn't need to come down much past there. So now I'm cutting and cutting. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. So now I'm just going to glue this down. Whoop. like this. Where's the prototype? Okay. And then I'm gonna go sew. So glue, then sew. I have to do this one off camera because I used some paper that had some information that I don't want shown on camera. So, sorry about this. Okay, better. All right. I can finish finagling it on camera. There we go. There we go. All right. Now, I'm going to crease it again and cut it. Cut it. Yes, I could have used the corner chomper for this part, but not for that part. So, okay. Trimmed and ready. Okay, so I'm going to go stitch this and I will be right back, and hopefully I won't break my needle again. Okay, I am back and this is stitched. Ta-da! Okay, so then I just decorated the front flap here and this flap here. I left this side blank. If I want to, I can obviously go ahead and decorate it, but I don't particularly want right now. If it's going to be something that I pull in and out, then yes. Yes, I'm going to use this. All right. And I'm just making more scraps for the most part. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to punch. I like to punch before. Ooh, I glued it together. Excellent. Oops. Really not excellent. Okay, so I forgot to punch my little hole. Oops, doing it backwards. Okay. All right, there's that. Okay, so there's the hole. Gluing this down, forgot. Yep. There's that. And now because I have that on the inside, I want to put it on the outside as well. No matter what else I do, I am going to, here, I am going to have this on here, but I want to flip it so that it's not, oh, here we go. Feels like a very haphazard video again, but I'm just gonna keep going with this one. Okay, so I've got to, now I'm going to decorate it a little bit, and I have these beauties that I made last night. So I'm going to go ahead and, that makes it look like it's sticking its tongue out at me. That actually works. I like that one. So I'm going to glue this down. How are we doing on time? I don't even know. only been 20 minutes. I've done this like 3 times so far today. All right, there's that. And now I'm gonna look for another one in my trusty rusty pile here. Too big. This is a nice small one that I could stick there. That's a contender. Also a contender. Oops. All right. Here's too big. I know I've got to just decide sometime soon, but all right. What about this one? No. Still looking. Okay, here's this one. I like this one. All right. So, glue this down. Like that. All right. So there is another envelope done. Yes, I can see that it's a little crooked. I might try to refold it later so that it's not. But for now, I'm just going to move on. Okay, so I need, this one is just a sales flyer on the back. I'm just looking for a piece of, you know what, this one's one with colors on it, so I'm gonna go for a neutral. Okay, there's a neutral. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is cut this in half, because I only want half of the scraps, silly scraps. Okay. So I only want, there. So because I use neutral for this, I'm using the opposite for the inside. So because I use this one, it has colors in it, I'm using the opposite for the inside. So all I did was fold it up to make a pocket. And now I am going to cut a piece of this collage paper. That is almost perfect, but not quite. So then I'm going to cut a piece of this neutral collage paper. I'm just going to glue it on here because, let's see. I'm having issues. Anyway. So I just need that much. Or that much. Okay. There's that. Yes, it's crooked. Okay. There is. There is. Sorry, my husband had to ask me a question. Okay. Just gonna glue this on, and then when I'm ready, I'll trim it in a minute. Okay. There's not a lot of time to play with it, with this art glitter glue. There. And honestly, because my sewing machine had so much trouble, and because I want to give a good option for people who don't have a sewing machine, and because I don't want to break my needle again, and because my stapler is sitting right here, I'm just going to staple this. There's my ink. Ah, glue down, glue down. Okay. There's that. All right, so I just squished some ink here so it'll look like it's been handled repeatedly. I'm just gonna make one more pass because it looks like it's crooked. All right, and so I, on purpose, overlapped the edge of the staple to just kind of anchor the pocket better. All right, let's use my chomper around these edges. All right, there's that. Now I'm gonna grab my I like that. Let's see. I'm thinking, okay, so I know I just got like super quiet, but the thing I was thinking was that, yes, this is colors. There's bright colors here, and I like that a lot. But for this, most of the things that I was trying to put on here were blending right in because of the fact that this is collaged and these bits kind of look like they are too. So I'm trying to find something that's going to stand out. And I think that what I need in order for it to stand out is either dark colors or bright colors or both. So, maybe I'll just leave it and not put anything there for now. Or, not a fan. All right, so I'm gonna leave it for now. Or I'm gonna put that was what the or was. Or I'm gonna put a piece of paper on it. That same blue paper that I've been playing with all day. I'll ink it and I'll put it on here to kind of tone down the... Am I inking on camera? Yes. And I'm doing okay on time. So, both good things. Feeling better about this video than I felt about any of the other ones, despite the clanking noises from the kitchen. Okay. So, since I'm inking, and since I'm going to be using this, I'm going to go ahead and ink this. There we go. Okay. We have guy coming to give us well, I am assuming a guy. I think my husband said guy. Coming to give us a roofing estimate today so we can spend some money. Isn't that exciting? Okay. Glue. Okay. And all right, so that tones it down a lot. There. Now, if I want to put something on here, it won't be super distracting. All right, so that looks much better. So decorate this bucket. And I am debating whether or not to do just a general craft with me later today. That was one of the videos I tried doing, but just didn't. I just couldn't this morning. I don't know why. All right, so here's a finished pocket. Here's another finished pocket that we made today. And here's a third finished pocket that we made today. And the rest is my mess. And here's prototype number 1. Here is prototype number 2. And I've lost prototype, here it is. Prototype number 3. So, I hope you enjoyed watching me fumble around and make these. If you learned something today or found something of value, please go ahead and press that like button. Oh my god, I just sounded like the YouTubers that my kids listen to. Please go right ahead and press that like button. Anyway, if you like what you saw, please like my videos. Tell people about them. I do have a Wicked Crafty Mom Facebook group, so you can find me there. We talk, we have prompts, we have, I'm planning on doing some new things at some point once I'm more organized. And but we have discussions. You can come, you can visit, you can lurk, you can play, whatever you want to do. So there's that. And like, subscribe, share. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.